Do you realize it could take you 30 years or even more to save up enough to retire off just dividend income in the United States? Slaving away at your corporate job, saving 20% of your income if you're lucky, year after year after year. What if I told you there was a better way? What if I told you you could significantly reduce that amount of time by moving over to the Philippines? Now there's something called the FIRE movement. You've probably heard of it before, but if you haven't heard of it before, it's called Financial Independence, Retire Early. That's the acronym. In the FIRE movement, there is something called geographic arbitrage, which you probably haven't heard of before. So, okay, the definition of geographic arbitrage. Realsimple.com defines geographic arbitrage as, and I quote, simply put, it means saving big by earning income in a strong economy while living and spending somewhere low cost. So here's what's really fascinating. Geographic arbitrage can act like a time machine. It's like a real life flux capacitor. Actually, you might not know what a flux capacitor is. Hold on. According to dictionary.com, a flux capacitor refers to a fictional piece of technology that allows time travel in the popular science fiction film series Back to the Future.
Great Scott!
So I built this flux capacitor for us. It's modern day. It looks different than the one in the movie. That's why it looks different. It's a real flux capacitor. Okay, let's hook up the flux capacitor to the year 2014. Let's do this. Hello, 2014. So there's a reason why I came back to this year. Actually, there's a few reasons why I came back here. In terms of being able to retire on almost $1 million less in the Philippines, we need to understand some numbers. These are all the numbers we're gonna use for me to explain how this is actually gonna work. But here's the thing, I want you to understand what it's like here. Because what do the numbers matter if you don't really understand what life is even like over here? And it's really hard to kind of portray that in just a video format, especially a quick video like this. I'm gonna just give you some information that I hope helps you understand how expensive it is here, what it's kind of like a little bit here, things like that. So first off, we need to go back to the city of Manila. So welcome to Manila. It's hard to comprehend just how big this place actually is. There's 15 million people who live inside Metro Manila. It's huge. I mean, you can't wrap your head around it. It's huge. Every day I drive around and I really can't understand how big this place is. The place I'm standing right now was built in 2016. Plot hole. So if you wanted to live in this area here for a 1-bedroom condominium, it's about 688 square feet. Now, if you wanted to rent this place, it's actually gonna be about $900 per month. So, it's not too bad, but you're not getting space. If you want a 2-bedroom, 800 square feet, it's gonna cost you about $250,000 to maybe $300,000. Might be able to rent a place here for $1,200 to $1,300. Now this is a mid-tier area of Manila, so it's a bit pricey, but it's still almost affordable for what I'm gonna tell you about later. Now, if you wanna live in the real nice area, which is kind of like a Manhattan-esque place, it's walkable. It feels honestly like Midtown Manhattan. So that place is over there. It's a bit hard to see BGC from here, but some of these buildings over this way, I think that's basically BGC. So this all the way over, that's gonna be BGC. The price for BGC, 1,000 square foot apartment or condo is probably gonna cost you about $550,000. I actually toured a few recently, and this is one of the ones I saw, and this thing is about $550,000. If you wanted to rent this place, it's gonna cost you about almost $2,000 per month to rent it. High-end condominium building, you got pool, you got gym, luxurious. I mean, it's a really nice place, it's in a nice area. BGC is really walkable. It's kind of like a Midtown Manhattan feel, but it's also not anywhere near as big as Manhattan. It's actually a pretty small area. What we're talking about here today, you're not gonna be able to afford a place like that in what we're talking about. The type of retirement we're talking about today, it's gonna be more low-key. You could possibly live right here. $150,000, it's gonna be like a 1-bedroom apartment. It's not gonna be that big, but it could be a good retirement still with you and your spouse. To retire on a lot less money and to retire maybe early and to make this whole thing work, one of the places I would actually suggest is living out in the province. There's actually a few US Air Force bases inside the Philippines. One is called Subic Bay, the other is called Clark Air Force Base, and Clark is, to me, a great place to potentially live. Check out these condos. $125,000 in Clark, Pampanga. It's outside Manila, probably like a 2-hour drive to get here from Manila. What's interesting about the Philippines, a foreigner cannot own land. They can own a condo unit like here. So you can go ahead, you could buy a place like this, $125,000. It's not huge. You're gonna get about 2 bedrooms, 99 square meters in square feet. I'll put that up here somewhere. I'm not sure what that is, but you know what? Super good deal if you want to retire. And honestly, I really do like Clark. I think you could live a great retirement there. Actually, it's where I filmed the intro of this video. Recognize the volcano? That's Mount Araya. Don't worry, it's not active. It's technically, I think, a dormant volcano. You have mountains, you got volcanoes. The beach isn't too far away. Clark has really nice malls, good restaurants. I think it's a great place to potentially live your retirement. So, okay, what about island living? About 3 months ago, I visited Siargao. Siargao is a paradise. Island living. We're talking beautiful beaches, surfing. Lots of foreigners go there. I saw a lot of Australians, I saw Germans, I saw people from the Netherlands, I saw a few Americans. It's a destination where a lot of people who surf go. Siargao is island living. So you're not gonna get big malls around. It's gonna be like literally, you're gonna have to really like living on the beach. It's got a Bali vibe. The cafes are like more Western feeling. They have really good coffee there. I loved visiting, but there's no way I could live there. I am a city guy. I'm gonna get bored. If you're like that, if you like that, Siargao could be an amazing place. Super affordable, especially compared to Manila, and even compared to Clark. It's in the bottom of the Philippines. I'm over here, I'm on the island of Luzon, which is the northern part of the Philippines. So in the Manila area, Clark I consider Manila area. Of course, Manila is here, but there's another place called Tagaytay. This is just outside the city. It's a place where a lot of people go for the weekend. So I'm gonna show you what that's like. Okay, so I'm in Tagaytay now, in the mountains. So this is what you can get for a hotel in Tagaytay. It's about $70 per night. Nice place. It's a boutique hotel. There are nicer hotels, of course, and there are much cheaper hotels than this, but I think for $70. So I go to check in, and the girl at the front desk is like, hey, you should be wearing a mask when you're outside because of the, I guess, sulfur in the air from the volcano. And I'm like, whoa. Is the volcano really active right now? Like, should I be concerned? Something interesting to show you tomorrow about that relates to that. So I'm gonna go to bed now. I'll see you in the morning. Okay, so here is the reason why people come to this place called Tagaytay. Let me see if I can get a shot. It's a little bit hazy today, but this is the reason. This is what you call a volcano that's actually inside of a lake. It's absolutely beautiful. Right now the weather's not too great, so it's a little hazy, unfortunately. So is it really a place to live? People live here. I think there are foreigners that move here and they live here. I think it's a bit more expensive here because it is more of a destination from the city. But you know what? It's a beautiful place. Look at this place. We got mountains, we got volcanoes, we got fisheries. Down here's a little city. So, you know, the Philippines, hey, it's got a lot to offer. I did find an image of the Taal volcano so you can actually see it. And I do know I changed my shirt. Plot hole. So this is the volcano. As you can see, it erupted in January 12th of 2020. Plot hole. See just how international the Philippines is, look. Okay, it's time to leave Tagaytay. It's the next day, by the way, and I'm going to explain to you exactly how you can do that thing I was writing those numbers down before. I'm going to finish that. How you can actually retire on almost $1 million less here in the Philippines. Then I'm gonna go back to the year 2023, I think. I do have a few things to do before that, but let's get going. So the last thing I do want to talk about is transportation, because you gotta get around while you're here, right? So here's the thing. Honestly, you're gonna probably want to get a car here, but a few options. You got a motorcycle. Taking a jeepney, taking a tricycle, it's gonna be really cheap. Less than probably 25 cents to ride, but you know, it's not very efficient. It's gonna take you a long time to get, for example, from Manila all the way over here to Tagaytay. So, you know, you're probably gonna wanna get a car. Or I just realized like every car that drove in the frame is probably younger than the 2014 model. Plot hole. Okay, flux capacitor, what I was explaining earlier, put the timer on the flux capacitor so I can go back to 2023. 3, 2, 1. Okay, flux capacitor is going. Let's put it over here. I'm gonna explain these numbers, and then you're gonna understand how you could potentially move over to the Philippines with almost $1 million less and retire. So here's what we got. First assumption here is that you make $75,000 per year as your household income. Retirement income. This is how much money you're gonna be living off of if you stay in the United States and retire. 20%. This is the percent of your income you're gonna have to save every single year so that you can retire off $50,000 in the United States. Annual rate of return. This is the rate of return you're gonna be getting in the stock market in your investment portfolio. Dividend yield. This is how much your portfolio is going to be yielding in dividends every single year so that you can live off of the dividends. You don't have to touch the principal amount. And in this scenario, we're using the ETF that's called SCHD. $1.4 million. This is how much money you're going to have to build in your portfolio and your investments so that you can retire off of dividend income at 3.5% yield and have $50,000 of income in your retirement. 27 years. That's how long it's gonna take you to generate $50,000 of retirement income if you save 20% of your income at a 9% rate of return. You earn 3.5% in dividends. $1.4 million is what it grows to, and it takes 27 years to do all of this if you live in the United States of America. So when it comes to understanding how this works, you're gonna still have $75,000 of household income in our scenario, but we're gonna have to change a few of these, okay? So first off, we're not gonna have $50,000 of income in retirement. We're going to change this to 22. Okay, to live in the Philippines and still have an enjoyable life, you're gonna be able to retire on a lot less money. I'm gonna go with $22,000 here, and I think you're gonna be able to still have quite a nice life in retirement. The 20% is the same. This is how much you're gonna have to save to get there. The 9% annual rate of return is the same we need to get in the stock market. The 3.5% dividend yield is the same we have to get in the SCHD ETF. But the portfolio balance, this changes. We're gonna change this to $650,000. So instead of $1.4 million, you need $650,000 to achieve this. The 27 years is going to actually change to 19 years. And of course, we don't need 1.4 million, we need 650,000. So our retirement situation, it completely changes if we can use geographic arbitrage and move over here to the Philippines where I'm living right now. The reason I came back to the year 2014 is to show you that right now in 2023, what I could have done is instead of retiring right now in 2023, I could have actually been retired already starting back in the year 2014. That's basically what I wanted to show you. Some of you right now are sitting at home and you have $650,000 in your bank account right now. You have maybe 10 or more years left until you can retire. And I'm telling you, it's possible that you could do it right now. My suggestion is, why don't you try? Come over here, take a look, see what it's like. Live here for a couple months and see if you can really do it. Maybe you can't, maybe you go back, but what's the most that you lose, right? Or maybe you like it over here and you think that it's a great potential thing to just do with the rest of your life and you can start retiring right now. So we have a few seconds until the flux capacitor goes off. When it does go off, there's gonna be a video. And that video is gonna explain how I came over here to the Philippines. So if you wanna watch that, you're gonna wanna watch it right now.